Hello and welcome to the Best Today podcast. I am your host, Shante Grant, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to write your own personal mission statement and why I think you also want to take time to do this. You know, I love definitions, so we're going to start with all three words: personal mission statement. Let's start with mission. Like, what is a mission? A mission is a purpose maintained by a strong conviction or calling. So we're talking about something that actually matters. Like, this is the thing I was created to do. This is the thing I'm going to do. This is the thing we're going to do. Whether you're a person, a family, a organization, a mission statement you can look at and it says, this is what we're going to do. This is it right here. Everything hangs on this. We can make it longer, but if we had to really tighten it up and say, this is why, this is what, it's this right here, right? Personal. What does personal mean? It means it belongs to you. So today we're not writing mission statements for your family, although I highly recommend that, for your company, for your organization, but for you. This belongs to you. And then what is a statement? It is a declaration down to a single sentence, right? A communication of your position on something. And for today, that something is on you and your life. So today I'm going to encourage you and give you some starting steps on how to write a declaration or a communication of the mission for your life. And when you are doing this, which I advise you, write with your hand. Don't type out. There's something far more personal about writing than typing, okay? When you're writing this type of thing, a personal mission statement, I want you to just start with a lot of words. Just write everything that comes to mind, because that's going to help you boil down to a few words. What theme, when you're writing all these words, right? I want you to take note of, what theme do you see coming up over and over again? What do the words you write all point toward, or what are they saying to you? You're like, I'm saying this theme over and over, or this word, or this energy. The end is about when you get to the end of this. This is the end result. So not what you're going to do on round one. You want it to be about a sentence, maybe two, that you can really come back to every single day as a compass for the choices that you make. And that's why we want to do it. Understanding the declaration you have for the mission of your life can help you. You can hold that up each day and say, okay, does this thing I'm about to do, does this decision I'm about to make, does this use of my resources point me toward this mission statement, away, or is it just kind of standing in place? Because we want to do those things that are emphasizing, progressing, empowering that mission statement of yours. And that's why it's so important, understanding what it is you want to do in and with your life is going to provide you with direction and guidance in your day-to-day. It helps you to set boundaries on your decisions, your relationships, how you expend your resources, your time, your energy, and the like. It serves as that compass that I teach about in my Compass versus the Clock workshop, which I'll link here in the show notes, because if you haven't taken that, that's an excellent class as well, that teaches you about the importance of having that compass in your life and understanding and defining what yours looks like. So how do you get started with your own personal mission statement? I want you to think about your life. What matters to you? What do you value? What guides you? What are your most deeply held beliefs? How do you want to be in this world, in your life, in your relationships? What were you put here on this earth to do? And how do you do it specifically and uniquely? Go back and rewind, write those questions down. And I want you just to think about them. You may not have all the answers right now. And I promise you'll have more as you think and reflect on it over time. This can and will likely evolve as you do, and you may get more clarity on the answers as you continue to go. And let me say this, if these questions feel like things you don't have answers for, and you feel like I could have asked you, some question in a different language, I want to invite you to come over to the Best Today community and work through the Life Class. It is a course in self-discovery that I created. It is free inside of the Best Today community. So you have access to it if you're in the Best Today community. Again, the Best Today community is linked right where you're listening. that could be a really good first step and first start to writing out this personal mission statement. But what I want you to do is write what you know now based on where you are, and then begin to pull those commonalities and see how you can write it succinctly. And I personally would love to hear what you come up with. I'd love to help you work through what you have as you work on your personal mission statement. So come post either what you have, what you concluded, or what questions you have in the Best Today community. It's linked right here in the show notes. Come on over. I want to be able to help you and look at these things. The community is where we continue what we start right here on the podcast. At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today. Today, we have a 5-star review of the Compass versus the Clock workshop coming from Mandy S., who writes, "So empowering and helpful, ! The Compass versus the Clock workshop was so incredibly helpful and insightful. The material and exercise Shante provided allowed me to gain insight and clarity around my own desires for my life while identifying the actions and practices that will help me achieve those desires and outcomes. Not only that, it also made me aware of the actions I take that do the exact opposite and pull me away from the life that I want to live. Shante is such a joy to listen to. She keeps it real and lets you know you are not alone. She really has a gift to help you be your best self. I highly recommend this workshop. You will not, all caps, regret it. I can't wait to attend the rest of this workshop series. If you would like to watch the Compass versus the Clock replay, the exact same workshop that Mandy is discussing, it is available to you right now on Best Today's website under our Learn tab, under our online programs. You can get it right now, and we'll make it really easy for you. We'll link it right here where you're listening. Just scroll down and you can click and get inside of the workshop today. Everything you need is inside of that workshop, and it is instantly yours once you sign up. Thank you so much, Mandy, for that 5-star review, and I will see you inside of Compass versus the Clock. I want to encourage you to try to think about this and work on it consistently, just even if adding a little bit or practicing how to cut something down and narrow it down over the next 10 to 30 days. And watch what happens as you begin to get clear on your personal mission statement. I'm really excited to read what you have, to hear your questions, and to watch it go from all these words down to 1 to 2 sentences. So don't forget, you can come and ask me questions and come get the help from the whole community. Join us in the Best Today community. It's linked right here where you're listening. And I'll share my personal mission statement in the Best Today community as well. I hope that you will choose to take the challenge to start writing your very own personal mission statement, or review it if you've written one in the past, and go back and say, is this still true of me? And am I seeing what this is reflected in my day-to-day decisions? It's a great time for some introspection and checking out that compass to make sure you're still moving in the right direction that you have defined. Okay. Thank you so much for being present with me for this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. The best way to support the podcast is by leaving a 5-star review, sharing what you are learning and hearing, sharing the podcast episodes with a friend, and let me know your favorite parts and what questions you have. You can do that one of 2 ways. Email us at hello@besttoday.co, or leave me a voicemail at besttoday.co/voice, both of which are linked right here in the show notes. To hear more from me, I want to invite you and remind you that moving forward, this is going to be the best place to hear more from me in writing, and that is on my Substack, For Those on the Journey, which is linked right here in the show notes. You can also go to forthoseonthejourney.com, but go over and subscribe today so that you don't miss a thing from me. Again, that's forthoseonthejourney.com, and it's also linked right here in the show notes, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. Now, get to writing those personal mission statements. This podcast is provided for you every week by Best Today, where we are on a mission to help you to live and work well. We do this by creating resources that bring intention to how you plan, schedule, work, and live. You can get started in one of 3 easy ways. First, by taking our product quiz at besttoday.co/quiz. 2, joining us in our online community, the Best Today community, at besttoday.co/community. Or 3, connect with us through email at besttoday.co/email, all of which are linked below in the show notes. To learn more about our company and what we do, visit besttoday.co and join thousands of customers around the world pursuing a life of intention, one today at a time.